That's the man on the screen.
Subbing in for No Way For You, Sir, to actually do the draft for NNO. Imagine, okay, your first game on stage, Faker tells you, ban that, pick that, that's what you're playing.
He tells you, this is what you play, stares you down. This is what I'm giving you.
There's some serious aura going on right there. Faker's kind of just standing over everyone, and everyone's like avoiding eye contact, looking at their keyboards. Like, man, that's the GOAT right there. He stood right next to you, he's about to pick for you. That's gotta be intimidating.
Darius being the first ban already. We got that locked in.
Yeah, so we got a Darius ban, we got a Diana ban on the other side as well. So I'm kind of interested to see. I kind of expected more useless champions in the ban.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Ornn!
I know what they're doing. D-O. I think something might be going on a little bit here. These might not be bans that necessarily have the most impact.
Potentially.
I think we'll see, because it could just be D-O.
Yeah. You've heard of Zofguk.
Yeah.
But have you heard of Dofguk?
It could be.
The Udyr ban, I am actually quite shocked to see, because you're not going to pick it for T1, so why are you taking it away from them?
I wish I had an answer for you. I really do. It's going to be the NNO, though, which doesn't quite work with our,
no, it's fallen off.
Our strategy.
The theory's gone.
We're theory crafting, they're theory crafting. Everybody's just trying to make it work, right?
Yeah. I guess I can see the logic of the Ornn, right? If you're NNO banning. I mean, I guess is NNO. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But I think Ornn's weak side is what I'm trying to say. In a game like this, where it's all going to get crazy, free scaling in a lane where you're probably going to have a good matchup.
I think the bans are too hard to speculate. We're getting to the picks.
I'm trying my best here to pick something.
You're doing your job. You're doing your work. But the picks, I think, are going to make a bit more sense. So, yeah, it'll be Faker deciding what their first pick is going to be. And this will really...
If it's Yuumi, I will be sad.
No way he's just having a great time. Sat amongst T1. He's just having a wonderful time.
Riven? Yo! You can't complain about that. Come on.
Man, I don't know if I would be giving T1 Riven. I feel like these guys have got the mechanics to make that look pretty good.
I think they want to see Faker on Riven and potentially looking at the Seraphine.
I mean, Faker can still give the Riven away to any other of the players if he wishes to do so. Teemo Jungle, I mean, if you're a Broxah enjoyer, you would probably know that you don't want to go up against that.
Yeah, Teemo Jungle's kind of disgusting right now. I will just say on the point of that Riven, I'm sure a lot of old heads in League of Legends will remember this, but if people are a bit newer to League of Legends, Faker did used to play the Riven in the mid lane. It was beautiful back in the day.
Yeah.
I really would love to see that in his hands, honestly.
Yeah.
Faker also is having a great time. He's just smiling, locking in these picks. Like, what are we gonna see next? What?
I'm saying it's also dangerous because, like, playing Riven into Heimer would be hell, but we see the Camille come out.
Katarina?
Do you know what that is? That's Faker saying, okay, have you got some mechanics? Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's just place a gauntlet down for you.
The Katarina locked in. Oh my goodness. I already love this team.
This is just pure pop-off champions.
Faker actually recently did like a little tier list of champions he enjoys, and he put Katarina really high. So
we could see the swap between the Riven and the Katarina.
We could. It could be like, I mean, it could actually just be Katarina top, which would be hype, but also disgusting, because I'm going to be honest, I hate that champion. Seeing her dash like 60,000 times a fight.
There's this thing called CC.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah. Just, I mean, I'm sure that they'll pick them Nautilus to play into that. You can hope for that.
I mean, you have the Heimer, kind of, maybe.
If you get hit by the grenade by Heimer's Katarina, I don't know, man. You're struggling.
Theoretically, if the Katarina doesn't blow up the Seraphine, you also have the Seraphine ult.
That one's valid, at least.
That's true. That's true. So
Faker actually is asking NNO as well what they would like to play. So even though he is currently Coach Faker that is doing the draft, he's involving the team as a whole.
It'd be so cool if you asked, what do you want to play? They're like, oh, you know, I want to play this champ. No.
Slams Yuumi immediately.
Draven.
Yeah, Draven slams
T1
as well.
is mechanics, blind, spin, spin.
Yeah.
Okay, something...
kind of spin for Riven as well, to be honest.
Something I am going to say is NNO kind of lacking... I mean, you can play Seraphine bot, but they don't have a true carry right now. And they were struggling for a jungler. They now have the Master Yi in the jungle.
I was about to say they're lacking damage. They are not lacking damage.
Not anymore.
Depends how quickly the game ends. Because if Yi doesn't have an opportunity to get an item or two, is he going to do anything?
That's true.
Is Riven going to stun him?
I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of scared of that Xerath as well. Like,
yeah.
Xerath is one of those champions that's really good if you're really mechanically good. T1 are reasonably mechanically good across the board,
I'd say so.
So I will say, roles-wise, T1, I mean, I guess it's going to be Xerath's support, right? I wonder if they picked in order, actually. Maybe they've actually just
Maybe they have
order.
actually done that. You know, I feel like not necessarily any of the individual champs are something I expected, but the vibe of how this has gone is definitely...
This is bang on what I thought. I thought maybe a little bit more Jada Soraka, maybe, but I'm glad that they're playing with a bit of spirit of competition here, giving some real champions.
I want to look at the NNO comp particularly, because would you put Seraphine bot lane with the Rakan? Would you put Heimerdinger mid, Camille top, and Yi jungle? I've seen those comps before. I think not necessarily great, but it works.
I think the mid 80 carry role is one that can flex, but yeah, I think Master Yi jungle and the Camille top is kind of locked in on that one. Looks like they are going for the Heimer mid lane, and they are going for the Seraphine bot. Makes a lot of sense. Does mean Guma's playing Katarina in a Heimer.
You know what? I'm looking forward to how that's going to play out, because we're ready to head into our first game of today. NNO going up against T1 with Nemesis draft and role swap.
This is going to be a bagger. Thank you very much, Ginny. As Ginny will take a break now, we're going to be taking over the commentary, and we do get Faker's Riven in the top lane. This is old school. This is vintage League of Legends up at the top lane right here.
I still, you know, some plays I feel like, they're doing a little dance at the start.
You love to see it. Bit of camaraderie. Faker, though, currently hiding on bush.
Yeah, he's not involved. He's looking for an opportunity. Oh, wait, he's stacking up his Q. There's no way.
No way is he going to do that. Come on, Faker. Get in the spirit of Christmas.
Faker's all business, you know.
Well, that's one way to start the game. Okay, let's try and figure out what on earth's going to go down in this one. This is going to be a weird game of League of Legends. No two ways about it.
Yeah. You know what's interesting as well is that Teemo jungle into Master Yi specifically, like, this is such an auto-attack heavy champion. There's actually quite a lot of value there. Against Camille as well, like, the blind is going to really do a lot of work when it comes to those team fights. Like, when you look at the NNO comp, you're kind of thinking of, like, the Camille Master Yi diving forwards, the CC follow-up and everyone else. But if you're just blocking that damage, you're kind of chilling. Tolkien is potentially looking for something.
Not confident to go for the trade just yet.
Yeah, I mean, level 1 against Riven is risky.
Yeah. Camille's level 1 not too bad if you can get the shield and that. Nice little bit of sustain. It's a good trade, but Faker can then follow it up. Doesn't overextend. Oh, it's already 10 songs. With 2 CS in, and I'm already on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Riven's beginning. The whole combo comes through. Conqueror procs. Tolkien hits W the wrong way again. Oh, no. The zoning begins.
Oh, you know, that initial trade. Oh, no.
Oh, God. Tolkien gets the shield. He will be okay. Faker's down to half as well. Pot already ticking for Tolkien. Faker has that Doran's shield as well, importantly. So he's got sustain in the lane on top of all of this.
Yeah, does have to give up that level 2, though, and the minion wave is now huge, so won't really be able to contest too much. But obviously, under tower, Riven can't be too much of a threat.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I would have given T1 a bunch of lane-dominant champions if I was headed, though.
Yeah.
Like, having to play up against Xerath and Draven bot lane, having to play up against Riven top. That sounds painful to me. Tolkien chunked again. And I feel like we are on tenterhooks here. Oh, the stun lands again from Doran. Nice little bit of skill shooting. As you mentioned, Ono was practicing his AD carry back at Worlds during solo queue. We'll see how his mechanics are on the Draven, but he's certainly finding the harass.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. Oh, they dropped an axe just as I said that. That's unfortunate, but not too much that like a Rakan Seraphine can really do in the early levels. And
oh no, Tolkien in all kinds of trouble.
He just baited out the ignite. That was planned. Definitely planned. But he does have TP, so going to be able to get back in lane for that.
The wave's actually pushing towards Faker. He's cancelled the base. Faker can just reset. The wave is actually great for Faker.
Yeah, it's in such a good spot. You know, you take him out of mid lane, you pick whatever champ you want for him. It's
just give him a longer lane that he can bully in.
Yeah, he's still Faker. He's still that guy.
Another stun land. Doran is out of mana, but NNO are nearly out of HP. Tunny forced underneath the tower. Ona not quite able to finish him off, but Antara moving in. The T1 are not taking this easy for a show match. They are going under the tower. There's a knockup coming on through. The blind is in, and Carney goes down for first blood.
Aguirre looking though.
Green manages to find one. Got the flash as well out from Ona, as well as getting the kill on Ontara. Is in a real awkward
Timo.
spot.
He can just...
Oh, yeah.
You're never going to find him.
He's just hiding in the bush forever.
Yeah.
I like that they've acknowledged that and they've just gone for the reset.
Yeah,
like,
I think they've realized the amount of time. Oh, wait, the sweeper.
Oh, Ontara has been found. He's going to get chased out of the jungle here, Carney. Able to stop the reset. So Ontara, yeah, a silver lining for NNO. At least he's wasting a bunch of time.
Yeah, and I just, we're in a show match, and let's dive them, level 3. No fun allowed. Stun unfortunately missed at the start from Doran. I want to just flash out to get away, but that means he has literally nothing when Aguirre comes in just to finish him off. And we see the state of the top lane just briefly there. Faker about 10 CS up, and with the wave in an excellent spot. We can see Ontara coming over potentially. So Tolkien could be in some big trouble.
Oh no, just trying to thin out the wave before anyone arrives. Aguirre moving down towards that bottom lane, maybe trying to repay the favor from earlier. Maybe just go for some camps instead. Carney.
It's Mashy, he wants camps.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Carney thought, yeah, we can go for this dive, and Aguirre's like, no. You know me, I like it.
Gotta kill some wolves.
I mean, let's be honest, Aguirre, definitely a macro player when you think of how he approaches solo queue typically. Does like to get farmed up. Could look for something after this because T1 are pushing out on the bottom side. In fact, he's not even going for the bomb. He's moving forwards. The flash into the whiff from Doran. You hate to see it. And now Aguirre has absolutely loved to see it. He's charging forwards, but the health bars are pretty good for T1 right now. They're only 2v1 until the rest of NNO arrives. And Aguirre chunks, but Ona locked up and taken down. NNO find theirs. And in the meantime, 1v1 on the top side. Faker, solo on HP. Tolkien looking for the solo kill against his very own hero. Finds it onto Faker. Tolkien with the solo bolo.
Still fighting going on though.
Absolute carnage at the bottom side as well, and T1 are falling massively behind.
Tolkien fell behind early in that 1v1 matchup, but finds the solo kill in return to put him ahead. It was in the picture-in-picture. I think Faker ended up missing the ult in that 1v1, which led him to have to try and run away. Tolkien coming up huge there, and NNO, they're 5 kills to 1. They're supposed to be the underdogs.
It's not a bad little start, is it? I mean, they are feeling comfortable with the way this one started. Guma taking a bit of a chunk. I mean, I don't know mid lane matchups that well, but I imagine these turrets can be a bit of a nuisance for a Katarina in that mid lane.
Yeah, it's also one of these things where when you dash in, you can obviously get the reset on the dash, but we'll talk about that in a second. The top lane, both of them hit level 6, and immediately Tolkien's the one who goes in with the confidence. He does have that ignite, and then...
Oh, good W, Faker.
I believe it's here where the ult... I think it might have been a shield proc on that blocked it. It looked like it didn't do any damage.
Yeah, it will have been the passive shield that came up at just the right time. Blocking the damage. And then, well, the rest, as they say, is string. Beautiful from Tolkien. Finds himself a solo kill. He'll be back. I mean, look, Tolkien is a player who has idolized Faker for years, now gets to solo kill him in lane on a stage in front of 13,000 people. He'll be chuffed with that one. Aguirre now may not be so lucky.
Yeah, the Timo, definitely not a fun matchup to play into. Not really much you can do there. And Faker doesn't get the kill credit for that one, but will help take him down. And now Tolkien, I think you can just look for this. His ult's not quite off, but he's so strong.
Oh, there's the stun coming on through. Ignite out from Faker as Ontara moves in to protect his now top laner. Tolkien in the brush here. Ontara's only level 5. Tolkien does some big damage. The blind is going to ruin everything. And he's taken out by Faker himself. Wait, we're behind the tower. T1 to go behind the tower. Oh! Guma gets obliterated. So does Doran down at the bottom side. Aguirre looking for more onto Ona. The knockup comes on through for the whirling death. Oh, it's enough. He finds one, at least a return for T1.
Slick play there from Ona to bring it back, but NNO keep getting win after win on this bot side off the map. Faker, though, taking that advantage he got there. We'll see the replay here. Yeah, so Guma doesn't even get a chance to dash. Grenade into the RW.
Okay.
You know, I wouldn't want to play this matchup, and the fact that they were picking champs for them and they ended up with this matchup, I feel bad for Guma. I feel like he's got the short end of the stick on this one.
I feel like that's one of those ones as well where this is a guy that doesn't play mid lane. He doesn't know that you can't be walking in from river there. You got to go around. You got to take the safe route. Like, he should know that. AD Carry spent a lot of time mid lane. Either way, he ends up going down for his second death. I mean, this bottom side of the map not looking so hot. Huntara and Faker are doing okay. The rest of the gang struggling a little bit.
Yeah, you know, a little bit rough. It feels like Owner and Darren, you know, they had this strong early laning presence, and they really wanted to lean into that, and they've kind of just pushed with reckless abandon, and it has definitely backfired. 1-3-1 Draven, not exactly the scoreline you're looking for on that champ.
Yeah, tough start. He's got his collector, though. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Riven, Katarina, etc. Hold that thought as Guma does manage to jump away towards Tolkien, but the Q follows the flash. And Tolkien dives in to find another one. I mean, NNO are looking kind of clean.
Yeah, great run down, honestly. 9-4 now in kill score, but gold's still about even, so something we still have to take into account is, even though they have that big kill lead.
Oh, Faker sort of taunting there, but Agarin's here too. I'm not sure if he's bitten off a bit more than he can chew. It's a good stun onto 2 targets, getting underneath the tower, but Agarin, I don't think he's stopping anytime soon. Has the Q to get the auto reset. And Agarin takes another.
Yeah, Faker just overextended. One of the things with the Master Yi, the ability to run down, but now looking for a return play on the bot side, that dive angle again. Let's see what they can do.
The long range damage coming in. Dunny, low, Carney, low, both taken down. A kill for Erna, a kill for Huntara. T1 answer on the bottom side.
Yeah, I love how Huntara was talking about how he was practicing Poppy and he was practicing the Bard as well, and he's just coming out with Teemo Jungle, and he is right now the best performing player on T1.
I've got to be honest. On my bingo card this morning was not Huntara hard carrying on Teemo Jungle. I had not really considered that eventuality.
And neither did NNO, apparently, because they're struggling in that regard. Guma, once again, just not having fun.
I will say, despite the fact that NNO are up in kills and it's been looking good on the screen, they are over 1,000 gold down. They have lost 3 grubs to T1 as well. T1 are by no means out of the mix just yet. Tolkien takes a tower shot, but still looking good in these trades. Oh, he's been baited in! Faker falls for it as Carney with a beautiful roam.
And you know what? I can't criticize Tolkien for this, bringing in allies to help with it, because Faker did it first. He brought Huntara in, ruined the sanctity of the 1v1, so I think gloves are off here.
Oh, the blind is brutal. The Q in, the Alpha Strike saves him, but no. Huntara survives. Carney forced to flash away. I mean, what can you do as Yi against Teemo? He just... Your champion doesn't exist.
You need a QSS. You need a QSS sooner rather than later, honestly, if you want to try and ever deal with him. But honestly, just avoiding him, I think, is the best bet. Just try and be somewhere on the map where Teemo isn't.
See if we can make that happen. Grubs back up on the top side of the map. This has been an action-packed game. We have got 18 kills in 12 minutes so far as Huntara begins those grubs again. He's got Goran to help him out. No contest whatsoever from NNO. This is going to be 6 grubs for T1. Not what you want to see if you're an NNO fan.
Yeah, Kieran again just kind of punished the farming. And the blind lasts so long, and the cooldown is so short, actually. It becomes really difficult. Often in like an extended 1v1, you can see the blind came in just at the end. There's scenarios where 2 blinds can be used in the Gurren before Teemo goes down. It's just so difficult to try and deal with him, especially if he ends up picking like a stopwatch up later. We'll see his arm guard, it'll be a nightmare.
I don't know if Rakan at level 6 is meant to win trades against a level 9 Katarina, but Carney's making it happen, and now Guma charmed. Oh, there's a bit of damage in. They go for the exhaust, ruins everything, and no way still survives T1 on the retreat, but the flash charm from Tunny, and in goes Agarin to take up the kills. A triple on the Master Yi. The T1 are falling apart.
Yeah, I mean, reset champs, you have the Katar on one side, but it goes down pretty quickly, but the Master Yi, once you get the momentum, you just take over fights, and Tunny, the ult flash, super slick to catch both targets
really
there.
Nice. And honestly, I'm kind of impressed by NNO. I expected them to be scrappy in the early game. I didn't expect them to just be outright winning these skirmishes. This confidence from Carney as well is fantastic.
Yeah, willing just to challenge, knows that realistically Guma's not going to ult just him. Dodges as well, the stun here, and then no way flashes over the wall to avoid the ult damage. But this is when the Gurren comes in to clean up, but more fighting happening.
Faker is in trouble, locked up, and the Master Yi is here. Tolkien trying to dodge, but he goes down. Huntara, though, alone, and he can only blind for so long. Alpha Strike wins out in the end. No Way now chased down by Ona. The stun will land, and actually No Way just wins those, I guess.
And now, you know, we've seen kills ahead for NNO for a while. The gold has gone in their favor as well. Agirin, 9 kills. Kind of just these past couple of plays, he's picked up so many of those. He is monstrously strong, and the fact that you have a Rakan Seraphine backing you up with a shield and with the CC, this is a major issue.
We were talking about, you know, maybe you need a QSS to deal with the blind. Well, you don't have to worry about the blind if you've got, like, a bunch of hard CC coming from a Rakan, coming from a Seraphine. Not to mention, you've got the Camille to lock everything down as well. Maybe the QSS doesn't even end up being necessary for the likes of Agerin in this one.
And he's been pretty close to a second item for a while, so I think that next time he bases, he's gonna get a massive power spike in T1. Gonna struggle. They have the blind we've obviously talked about, but all the other CC in the team is gonna be pretty hard to connect onto a Master Yi. You know, like the stun from the Xerath is really, that's the ability you want to land on him, but it's very hard to do so. Huntara is looking top for No Way.
Guma goes in, No Way, chunked out, whirling death dodged, but
that's just
2 long-range ults plus 2 characters in your lane. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, gearing up on Faker.
I think Agerin wins the 1v1 at this point in the game. It's a good stunt from Faker, gets underneath his tower, forced to flash. Agerin really leveraging his advantage.
Yeah, you know, forces that summoner out, gonna get some time for Tolkien on that bot lane tower. It does mean T1 are kind of trading up. It's gonna be a tower for tower, but they get the Herald as well. And once again, that gold is about even, but you know, slightly ahead for T1 despite the disadvantage in terms of kills still.
Agerin, though, individually massively ahead, and the same can be said in the mid lane. No Way. Both of them 1,500 gold up. The biggest lead for T1 right now is down in that bottom lane. You've got Ona 1,500 gold ahead. Same for Doran as well. That's a lot of damage that can come out from a Xerath and a Draven that are ahead. The Lignance picked up as well for Doran as Faker goes in onto Tolkien, but he doesn't realize that ain't a fair 1v1. Cut down in his prime. Now, Doran just has to come up and sweep the wave.
Yeah, kind of confused by the Malignance coming out from Doran. Not really an item I associate with a Xerath. Normally like the
artillery
Lunars.
cannon, very much online.
Yeah, definitely wanted to play around the ult there. But yeah, okay, so we see Agirin bases, finishes up that Ginsuit, gets the Merc Treads and some extra components. A big buy there. I'm going to feel a lot stronger. That 2-item spike from FG, definitely very formidable. So when it comes to fights, T1 and know they're going to have to focus him down and try and deal with him immediately.
Honestly, I guess Ona was feeling confident, trying to go for Tunny, but Tolkien was on the scene. I feel like Tolkien has been doing a lot to find these unfair fights. Good stun over the wall. Look at this long-range damage. Huntara flashes over to finish the job. Agerin shut down. Huntara is a rich, rich man.
He's just the MVP right now for T1. Oh, another play.
All in comes on through, and there's the burst from the Storm Surge as well. Guma looking for more as Carney underneath the tower. The Malignance burning as Guma is exhausted. Carney chunked, but will survive for now.
T1 making a pretty positive play. Will get that tier 1 tower as well. And just finding a great angle to punish Agirin there. Now, Faker potentially looking for No Way, but No Way is aware of him, does have the vision.
Yeah, no way out on this one, I fear. There's a TP gonna come on through, and NNO look to fight it out and protect their mid laner. Tolkien arrives on the scene. Tolkien has been doing so well to use that ultimate on the Camille to trap people in these 2v1s. Now TPing to save his teammate as well.
Yeah, let's see what went down here. I think Ona just kind of looking for the solo kill with the confidence. Eats every bit of CC, and that's the Draven I like to see. And then Agirin clearing the wall, gets caught out here. Nice little trap over the wall. And then Huntara with the confidence, the flash auto attacks from the Teemo. Gets him with the burn now. Dragon coming up in about a minute. It is 2 dragons to NNO, so even though they sort of dropped the ball on the Herald, dropped the ball on the Void Grubs, they have locked those dragons in, and an Infernal Soul would be huge. We also see Tolkien just picked up that Ravenous Hydra. If you look across the items, a lot of 2-item spikes for them.
Let's have a see. No Way once again in enemy territory. This time Faker looks for the all-in. Half the health gone already. The stun followed by the rocket. What was that? No Way's brain is just too big. Oh
away from Norway, lands everything, and Faker just obliterated the Riven, not able to do much against the Heimer.
That was brutal.
Oh, the double what combo. Well, they missed it.
The whirling whiff.
You know,
or the whiffing death, I guess.
Okay, they're gonna get him anyway.
The whole gang is here. No way is going down on this one. Guma might go down to the tower. The burn? No, okay, it's not enough. Is it? No, okay.
I really didn't expect him to lose 95% of his health. Just go on top, but now this is kind of freed up control of the dragon to NNO. Agurin very low on health. I think they actually, if you look, Ona just bin his sums. I think they try to force, well, they force sums of Ona. They are low on health. This is a little bit scary. Tolkien's looking for a flank angle.
TP for T1, 6k on the dragon. This would be T1's first Drake of the game. NNO can opt out as Faker collapsed upon. Agarin's busy clearing a one. Now jumps in, and they finish the kill. That's one for Tolkien. T1 now has to try and get out of the situation. It's a 4v5, but I suppose No Way's still in base. He's got his TP.
Yeah, see NNO just opting, give up the dragon. There's no real pressure. They have to take it now. The Herald was thrown down mid as well. Didn't like the fight without No Way being there, but they got the kill. They took that, so they still take something. And right now the GOAT is 2-7, which is not the best scoreline we've seen. NNO really making him pay for just playing this Riven.
Yeah. Tolkien doing such a good job of using that ultimate to find these picks, find isolated players. Great little pick for NNO, but it does cost them the Drake. T1 managed to get that Infernal Dragon. And again, gold in touching distance. These grubs as well, so beneficial for T1. If they do win a fight, they just run away with things. However, NNO are just going to start the Drake off. I believe this is T1's signature move that is currently being done against them. Maybe an all-in from NNO on the top side. Health bar's low already, though, and there's a reset for Guma. Dashes back out the other side of the fight. In the meantime, the Zerathul charmed out of it. Tunning, son of HP, and Ona is here to finish the job. Guma survives as well. No Way trying to keep this Draven at bay. Tolkien over the wall. He's hunting. But Ona walks away, and T1 somehow get the Baron.
Going for the confident play with the Heimer, thinking we can secure this, but Antara, the clear MVP for T1 so far this game, he doesn't waver.
I just love as well that NNO try the 20-minute Baron against T1. They were born in the 20-minute Baron, molded by it.
And we'll see. So initially we see this engage from Carney on the top side, but the Teemo just means the Camille can't do that much, and it gets very hectic here. Doran actually doing so much damage here with the ult. And then Antara just slides in, and Agurin actually missed smites. Super scrappy, and T1, as you said, they like to get scrappy.
Yeah, they do. And they've got champions that are perfect for these kinds of scrappy fights. No Way. Once again, pushing on up. T1, a lot of them on his side of the map right now. Does have to be a little bit cautious, although, to be honest, he's been looking pretty good in those sideline skirmishes. This has been an absolute scrap, and this is absolutely what I am watching for.
Yeah, I mean, just NNO have a kill a minute. Just their kills, not the whole ones. I mean, look at the gold grab.
Absolutely beautiful. This is what you want to see.
Yeah, but right now, bit of a gap pulled ahead. The Red Bull Baron power play at about 3.3k, so T1 starting to extend that lead. And we'll see if they can get a little bit more from this and get some more structures. And I know I'm trying to look for a collapse here, but the vision in those brushes, Blue Team got thrown down just to reveal Carney. They won't really be able to do much, but they're still kind of keeping T1 at bay, and I think they're still cautious. The engage threat from like the Rakan, from the Camille, and the Master Yi cleanup really makes it hard to deep push in this game.
And speaking of that Camille as well, Tolkien been looking fantastic today. You must be watching this like a proud mother, you know. For anyone out there that doesn't know, Orcs used to be on a team with Tolkien way back in the day in the UK scene. Now watching Tolkien perform in front of all these people, solo killing Faker. Oh, that's got to feel good.
I taught him everything he knows. He was a great dude, was a good player when he was on the team with me, and now just chilling and solo killing Faker. That's how it goes. That's just the esports dream.
Yeah.
But I think really, you know, you look at the pieces they have, and Tolkien, the way he's kind of enabled this Camille pick, he's just finding so many angles, and it feels like the follow-up is there when he goes to plays like this.
Doran chunked, but might have been a bit too much for Tolkien. Taken down by Antara, and Carney forced out as well, but low on HP. And here comes the artillery. Agarin trying to escape as in goes nowhere as well. Guma chunked low. Agarin dives forward, gets a bit of damage, but he just doesn't have enough to finish their kills. And T1 are sweeping the the map of all of NNO.
The bait from Dora in the follow-up wasn't quite close enough. Tolkien, you know, we're praising him. He makes a critical error there, goes a bit too far. The turnaround is swift, and T1 now with a 5,000 gold lead. They're going to reset Dragon in 40 seconds. But,
triple Dark Seals for T1 as well. 2 on 10 stacks, 1 on 7. They are snowballing like crazy.
They need the Medjas. Yeah, I think the problem is Sunny just wasn't ready here, had kind of turned back. Tolkien kind of acted alone here, didn't have the immediate backup, otherwise he could have quickly killed Doran, and then the turnaround damage was pretty huge, and I feel like Antara is just doing so much with the shrooms and also just the blinds in these fights make it so hard to aggressively dive into the enemy backline.
Faker with the Q3 on the wall there. I'm not actually sure if you can Q3 over that wall.
It's a big wall.
It's a big chunky wall. Faker could be caught out. Carney finds the knock. Tolkien goes in to follow up Faker. Locked up by the Hextech ultimatum, and Tolkien is the one to go down. The Death Ball is fully in operation for T1, and NNO are just not playing as a 5.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to lead with these picks, and the CC doesn't even come through. I really feel like you need to find layered CC, targets a bit more isolated. Doran, certainly that was a play.
One of the plays of all time right there.
Yeah, the Blast Cone's Aerith engage. Oh, Antara.
No way, he's getting some serious damage out. Needs to be able to clear this wave though. T1 now starting to really put the pressure on, and this is where, oh no, the whip from Tully and Ona. This time dodges the CC, this time gets the damage out, the artillery flying through from Doran as well. And that'll be a tier 2 secure. T1 are here to play.
I think Tony expected Ona to kind of walk backwards a little bit, and he's, no, I'm going forwards. One direction I'm going. So you see Tolkien threatening on the side lane, but the TP comes in from Guma just to clear that one up. And yeah, the gold lead growing more and more. Disengaged, so Carney goes in, but the rest of the team are there, and I just feel like you really need the Seraphine closer. If you look, both the Seraphine and the Heimer are so far away, you really need to just burst the target, start getting the resets for the Mati, and then you can make things happen. Yeah. Feels like NNO are just, you know, they're trying to find these picks and not making sure they have the ideal setup.
Agarin chunked a little bit, but he will walk away with his life. Carney's here, or Faker's on a flank though. Carney's got to be careful on this one. Agarin actually moving higher up because Tolkien has found a 1v1 against Guma. Now chased down, but he will get his hook shot on through into the brush. Antara is so damn fast though. Chases him down to the jungle 1-for-1.
Yeah, 16 stack Medjais has that extra movement speed boost, 9, 1, and 7. He's just, he put T1 on his, I love how, oh, seen a play here.
Ona caught, charmed up, knocked up, and will be taken out. Agarin with yet another. Both jungles are kind of just popping off.
That was really nice from Carney though. He like went in and then dashed to the side onto Gurin to bait out the stand aside, and then there was nothing that Ona could do from there. Antara and Doran collapsing though here. Fake on an angle as well. But it would be a 3v3 and the Heimer could TP in, so I'm not sure this is the play you necessarily want to go for.
I'm just desperate to see a big Faker ribbon team fight combo, you know, the ones that you see on the TikToks, the crazy 1v5 combos. I'd love to see it. He's got the items now. He's on 2 items, close to 3.
I mean, we're kind of seeing the Teemo pop off, you know, where you just walk up, you throw a mushroom down,
you press
Q someone, a couple of autos. It's a real vibes charm.
Yeah, it certainly is. I feel like that beautifully fits on Tara as well. But Tara is bringing vibes to the table today. We said this first game was going to be all about vibes. To be honest, the whole of today for me, when looking at T1, is all about the vibes. Like, this is the perfect team building event.
I just think it's so funny that Tara was saying in the interview, like, yeah, I don't want to let the team down. I want to kind of make sure that, like, you know, I'm contributing. I think he's ticked that box for sure at this point.
Just come in and absolutely hard carry the first game. Beautiful stuff. Owner as well. He's had some lowlights on the Draven. He's also had some great moments, and Agarin could be caught out of the whirling death with the artillery as well. But Faker has gone too far. Agarin chased down by the wolves, and in the meantime, the rest of his team chased away as well. The healing from the wolf camp keeps him alive.
And look, in the picture-in-picture, Tolkien's getting a tower on the back of this, so it's a positive trade for NNO. They do burn a lot of summoners, but they also get that tier 2 tower top. And right now, you know, although...
Oh, they're starting Baron. T1 is starting Baron.
Of course
Tolkien's moving over. He's spotted on the job. He's just going to get so chunked by the mushrooms on the way, and Agarin can't even look nearby.
Oh no, Agarin.
Moving over. Agarin could be in trouble here. Gets the damage reduction, gets the Alpha Strike, and almost gets the kill. In goes Carney, but it's a little bit too late in the health bars. Blinking, but not going down for T1. Tolkien trying to finish the job now as he dives onto the backline. No way. Alongside him, the health bars low for T1. Guma's got to clean up, but he doesn't have the damage. And NNO find that fight.
They get the cleanup, the damage coming in. Tony actually doing a ton there to lock down the targets and get the damage through. Aguirre goes down pretty quickly, but T1 bite off more than they can chew. I'm not sure if they can really go for the Baron. Their health bar's a bit too low, but they kind of look for a collapse here onto Aguirre, and he ends up buying a lot. Oh, we just saw Carney dying on mushroom in picture. Oh my. Anyway, back to the play on our screens. Aguirre tries to buy a lot of time with the W and Q and does chunk Guma down low. Carney goes in for the knockoff. And you can see Tony basically almost kills Dora and gets him super low, but just the rotation of abilities coming out as well from No Way. So much damage done on these targets. It really feels like those two, the mid and AD carry, did the bulk of the work in that fight.
I mean, if Heimerdinger gets to just sit at the side like that, he can just get so much work done.
Yeah, you can kind of see Aguirre did a lot on the start when he was kind of buying time, but both the Heimer and the Seraphine did yeah, a ton there to clean it up on the ladder end, and they're getting pretty strong at this point.
I guess that includes Tara's mushrooms that went after the fight and chunked them out so they couldn't do Baron. But here we go, T1 just going to start it up again. This time, NNO not in a position to contest. They will be in a position, however, to grab a dragon of their own.
Yeah, hard to approach, especially against the team. The gold lead has closed a bit now, about 4,500 in favor of T1. Third dragon picked up for NNO. The Infernal Soul, if Teemo gets that, it's just cooked. Like, it's so hard to play against a Teemo with Infernal Soul, but to be fair, there's a lot of champs who benefited from it on NNO as well, but they're going to have to weather the storm during this Red Bull Byron power play as T1 look to push. Faker in a bit of trouble.
Gurren looking for the 1v1, but Faker turns it around, the artillery flies in, but the knockup is there. Gurren managing to get away. In the meantime, T1 are just going to try and end the game. Tolkien is in the base. He's pinging like crazy. He needs some backup. No way. Sent back to base to try and defend alongside Tolkien. One tower down. The Haystack ultimatum keeps him in place. And No Way arrives to clean it all up. But Ona flushes in to find an execution. Tunny shuts him down in turn. It's absolute carnage.
Yeah, Tara just going to run away. Has so much movement speed with that 20-stack Medjais, and he ain't giving up the stats for the team. But a lot of damage done to the base of NNO here. They lose the inhib, they lose that Nexus tower as well. The threat of, I mean, that wasn't even the back door, that was the front door. They just walked in, the key was there, and they just opened it up. But you can see the grenade that came out from No Way did so much here, because it actually interrupts the ult from Guma and gets a double stop. Look at the damage that comes through. Unfortunately, Tony used the ult, and we'd already seen the target go down, but able to get a kill on the back end there and hold for another day. Yeah, that's that's a gold grab.
Yeah, well, I mean, T1 definitely have taken control of the game. I think that's fair to say at this point. 20-stack Medjais now for Untara. Unfortunately for Guma, those stacks are long gone on the Dark Seal. But Doran well on his way as well with 8 stacks on his Medjais. The items are online. At this point, it's a game of closing out. If there's one thing T1 have always been good at, it's closing these games out. Aguirre, I think maybe bitten off more than he can chew on this one, and with a player down, I'm not sure NNO can defend. T1 look to push forwards, but actually Guma the one to go down, and Tara just about dodges away from the knock of Khan. He needs to jump to a teammate, but nobody's nearby. And T1 find another.
The super minion is pushing into. Oh, no way! Just snipes Doran. Goodbye to the Medjai stacks there. Doran getting punished there by the Heimer. We can see now Tolkien moving over to defend the top lane where the super minions were pushing. And it's up to. I mean, there's a lot of wave clear here, but there is that full HP cannon minion. I think they should be able to clear it out. I mean, it's short-range champions, they can't really approach, so nothing really come from that scrap in terms of damage to the base, which is good, as Tolkien did need to clear out that top wave. But, you know, I feel like a lot of the talking point was that top jungle for NNO early, but it kind of feels like the mid and AD carry have really started to take over now. Here, you can see Antara holds the blinds till after he uses the Q just to take him out. The ult comes in and catches Faker, and he just gets obliterated. Unfortunately, Carney doesn't quite catch Antara, and the follow-up's not quite there as well, so he just goes down. But this snipe on a Doran Oh, it was the root as well.
I mean, that's kind of clean from Tony and No Way. Really, really nice little root.
Yeah, the Rylai's completed now, so it's so nice because when that E is thrown out, you expect just to slow, but the Rylai's, it does just root immediately. Really good for catching people out at a long range, as we saw there. Now, Guma is, look, you've tried this before. It did not work.
And he's been spotted, and he's been obliterated. No way for you, Gumayusi.
Oh, man.
Oh. The artillery comes in. The fancy footwork is just too good, though.
Yeah, I think maybe Doran's Zero play, it could use a little bit of work. You know, the old charge is not super on point, but yeah, Guma, I think really wanted revenge for the laning phase. Did not get it. Just victim to more of the same.
Look at this NNO now, trying to use Tolkien as bait. They did this earlier in the game to find 2v1s. Now they're looking for a full 4-man play off the back of Tolkien, trying to look juicy. It's been a little while, though, since NNO showed on the map. Surely T1 know something is amiss. Doran steps up, flashes away from the knockup, but Tolkien jumps straight off, and the charm goes through. That's 2 for NNO with a TP from No Way. They're going to try and end through the top lane.
Yeah, they can look for it here right now. Guma's spawning in 2, but I don't think there's enough that can be done. Faker, the thing is, the inhibitor is down in the top lane. He's going to have to do so much work to try and end through bot, but I think the call is just try and base trace. No, he's actually recalling, and it's going to need to be a miracle defense.
Guma goes in 1v4. He's on the Katarina, but he will not last, and that's going to be another tower go down with Guma on the dead timer. Faker versus the world on the ribbon, looking to try and defend, goes for the ultimate, but what can he do? 1v5, needs to try and find his way into the play. The knockup will land, the damage is there, and Faker actually manages to get away. No, finally falls. Tunney gets the last kill, 40-30 as NNO take out T1.
And last year, it took until the final game for T1 to go down. This is game 1, and NNO managed to hand them a defeat. Such a good play. I just feel like it was an exciting game. It was chaotic, but there was a lot of clutch plays from NNO.
And the absolute elation on the NNO faces as they all hug after that game. What a moment for them.
This is such a great way to start off the day from the side of NNO. They're talking about how they are working from the ground up particularly, and they start off great. They hand the loss to T1. But you know, I want to come back to you, Ox, because you mentioned that last year T1 lost in the final game. I do want to highlight they were on their main roles, and G2 did not have a chance to draft for them. So, yeah.
I will say, though, this time they had Antara, losing team MVP on the Teemo jungle, so feels like it balances out a bit, you know?
The Teemo jungle, actually, surprisingly, I mean, not to my surprise, but the Teemo jungle was good.
Yeah, it was insanely good.
The Katarina against a Heimerdinger was not the funnest time.
It felt like No Way had a bit more expertise in how to play that matchup than Guma did for sure.
I feel like No Way just kept on like limit testing a little bit on the Heimerdinger. He clearly knows how much damage he can do, and people kept on falling for it.
Maybe that is his comfort.